going to post a link to the recording, and I'm going to go back and post the other recordings as well, but for some reason I just remembered that I had never posted the recording about like a day ago, so I decided I'd wait and just do them all together. So welcome to the call. Like I said, this month's kind of shooting from the hip kind of month, because I kept thinking that we'd get someone to volunteer. Nikki did last month, and Brittany's doing next month. So stay tuned for that. She had Avery's birthday today, so she wasn't able to be here today. So happy birthday to Avery. And so I just wanted to start out with some basic shout outs, since I haven't really done my recognition week lately, but this has been, I can see that everybody's month has kind of been like mine, but the great part is that the challenge packs for Core to Force launch on the 31st. So if you don't have your Success Club 5, that's where you're going to get it. That should be a pretty good way to snag those last couple of points. But we do have 8 people on the team that have Success Club points. The only person that's hit Success Club 5 as far as this morning is Ashley, who has 6 points. She's our leader this month so far. But I was super excited to go into the back office and look at all the coaches that are there. And we have 70 active coaches on Team Homegrown. So I think that's awesome. So along with that announcement, I hope that all of you are signing up for the Team Spirit competition. We're going to try to score some Success Club points and just represent Team Homegrown in some way, but we need 20 coaches. So everybody needs to sign up. There's no pressure involved. Like, I know some of the things that I read said if you don't plan on hitting or getting Success Club points, don't sign up, but I don't agree with it, just because I think that this is our team, and we should all sign up and all cheer each other on and just have a really fun month of kind of bonding and maybe like challenging each other. Like, I scored 2 points, like I'm tagging this person, tell me when you can score a Success Club point, or at least make a couple invites or something we can do as a whole team to kind of get each other fired up about Team Spirit Month, because after all, it's just kind of about the teams. I mean, I know that there's a Platinum Presenter team out there, so there will be a bajillion people on that team. So it's not like we're trying to compete with some of the big wig teams, but we're just about building spirit within our own team, and I hope that you guys will sign up for Team Spirit. We're under Team Homegrown, and the founder would be me. So if you haven't signed up, that's how you go about doing that. Other announcements, I see that if you've looked on Tanya's page, that's where I've seen it so far, but the challenge packs that will be for sale next month, again, 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, and they're coming with a cooler bag this month. And also the Country Heat will also be on sale again. So those are your challenge packs to work on for the month of November. Other shout outs, I do have some personal shout outs to do. I've done it in the past, and I wanted to do shout outs today based on people's posts that I'm seeing a lot on Facebook and that I think are really gaining a lot of experience posting different things, and you're posting a great set of content. So the first shout out goes to Leslie. So I'm glad Leslie's on the call. Shout out to you. You're posting some great variety, and I'm loving seeing, some food pictures and you're really hitting a lot of different topics. So go you, and I know you're a new coach, so I'm proud of you for stepping up and getting uncomfortable and doing that. The second shout out goes to Tanya, who's not here, but she's been doing, I see her post all the time. So she's making sure that she's in the newsfeed a lot. She's doing a lot of fitness posts, and if anybody hasn't seen her guns, like, she's getting some serious guns from Hammer and Chisel. So, a second shout out goes to Tanya for her posting, and the third shout out goes to Julie for her like page. Your posts are really engaging, Julie, and I think you're really capturing a market of the moms and the busy schedules and all that. So I've enjoyed seeing your posts this month as well. So congrats to all you guys. And that's just a sampling of the people that I was seeing a lot in my newsfeed this month that I thought were doing a great job. So keep up the good work. And I actually think that I've seen your threes posts in my newsfeed more than like some of the other coaches that have been doing this a lot longer, and I don't know why that would be. But if you guys see a coach from our team and you see their post, like it. We can help each other out by liking each other's posts and hopefully help other people gain some traction. So be sure to cheer on your teammates if you see their posts in the newsfeed. Not that you should be spending a lot of time in the newsfeed. Kari's trying to step away from that this month, but I'm there occasionally. So as for the call tonight and the topic of conversation, me as your coach, I was a little bit floundering, but I knew that I didn't have an excuse not to do anything this month because I've been doing a ton of personal development. And most of that is stemming from the fact that I started the Miracle Morning in September, which most of you have heard because you're probably on the call last month. But I've started getting up at 5 o'clock, and that's opening up some time for me to be focused to do it instead of leaving it to chance, which kind of was happening before. I was always doing personal development, but a lot of it was listening to personal development versus like actually sitting down and taking some quiet time and reading a book. So I'm loving it. And I happen to be doing some personal development in my challenge group this month, but I'm also Nikki is leading a challenge group, and we're reading The Slight Edge, which if you haven't read The Slight Edge, I would highly recommend it. We've been getting a lot of good insight, both from Nikki's posts in the morning, and just the book has some great content for anybody. I'm like Nikki and I have talked about in the group and the other people that are in the challenge group, a great book for kids to read eventually. I mean, there's one quote in it, someone says he has his 10-year-old reading it. Not sure I'll start at 10, but maybe it's not really difficult content to read, but it's stuff that I hope that my kids will do down the line and learn it earlier than I did at age 37. So if you haven't read The Slight Edge, go ahead and take advantage of reading that book. So what I did today, and this is not my professional speaking coming out because I did not practice, so I wrote down my material. So if it sounds like I'm reading, it's because I am. But I didn't want to leave anything out. And my last topic that I did the topic for the team call on fear, I was kind of all over the place. So I wanted my thoughts to be a little bit more organized tonight. So excuse me for reading off my paper, but I'm going to read off my paper. So tonight's topic is basically, I wanted to touch on a few things that might be holding people back in their businesses. And about half of you guys are, most of you guys are coaches within the last year. So more newer coaches. I know some of you have dove deeper into the business than others, but there's definitely some things that seem to be reoccurring things that hold people back from really diving into this business and seeing where it can take them. So that's kind of what I wanted to touch on tonight. That's the general overview. But besides the obvious excuses that people make about making anything work in life, the lack of time, or I have kids, or my husband doesn't support me, or my family's not supportive, tonight I wanted to use the night as a place to talk about what's holding you back as an individual working your Beachbody business. Obviously, we all love this business, and that's the reason we're in it. And frankly, you guys are on this call because you even love it to a higher level and take it more seriously than other people on the team. But the best parts about this business are you get a chance to motivate others, you get a chance to be a part of their journey, which I think is super special to be such a big part of such an important journey. You get to encourage people, to build people up, to inspire them, and all of these things are things that you are good at, and that is why people follow you as a coach. People have chosen you because they connect with you in the way that you inspire and the way that you motivate and the story that you're telling, and that's why they follow you. People are drawn to you for those same reasons. But here's where it gets a little bit tricky. So as I said earlier, for the last few weeks, I've been doing some personal development in my challenge group, and also with Nikki and her challenge group. And in my personal challenge group, we're working on embracing who we are and giving ourselves credit for being worthy. Worthy of love from others and worthy of love from ourselves. And I think that that's often a point that women especially have a hard time feeling worthy for some reason. They judge themselves pretty harshly, but we're learning that the person that we are right now is who we're meant to be. And while you can make an effort to strengthen your body and mind in a challenge group, nothing that you're doing to grow as a person is because you aren't worthy now. The one part of the struggle that seems to be a big hurdle for the people in my challenge group to cross, and maybe for all of you too, but is perfectionism. And that's something that I personally have struggled with my whole life. And I think that in the age of social media, and you're constantly being bombarded by people's highlight reels where you don't know how much of the stuff that you're actually seeing is what their life is really like. And it's really easy for you to think, man, all these people are living charmed lives and I am really struggling. So it's hard to be honest with where you are in life when you're seeing all these positive things going on in other people's lives. We're all trying to do it all, which I think that most of you guys would kind of sympathize with that thought. We're trying to be the perfect mom. We're trying to be the perfect wife. We're trying to wear all the hats, and we're expecting that none of them are ever going to fall. I mean, it's really easy for us to just want to do it all and to do it all perfectly, well, just right every time, and not accept any sort of failure. We want those around us to interpret that, doing all these things, wearing all the hats, as that being our best selves. And sometimes that's not a realistic reflection of who you are. I'm loving that through, Kellen, could you please be quiet? I'm loving that through the Beachbody Facebook pages, I'm seeing that a lot of you are being super honest about your imperfections and struggles that you're having in your lives. And if you look at these posts on Facebook, those are the posts that are oftentimes the one that get the most traction. I know Callie posted one about a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago, and just like people went crazy about it. They're like, oh, this is so real, and this is what I love about you, and I love that you can be honest about this stuff. People love to see honesty, and they love to see that they aren't alone in dropping one of those many balls that they're juggling all the time. But that doesn't mean that we as coaches don't have to work on perfectionism. In the book that I'm reading right now, which is The Gift of Imperfection by Brene Brown, when I hit the perfectionism chapter, I was just kind of like, I felt like she was talking directly to me. Like the things that she had written. Oh, and shoot, I did not bring my book with me. Just one second. Sorry guys, but this chapter, this paragraph that she wrote is like perfect. So I have to read it. Okay, so she said, perfection is not the same thing as striving to do your best. Perfectionism is not about healthy achievement and growth. Perfectionism is the belief that if we live perfect, look perfect, and act perfect, we can minimize or avoid the pain of blame, judgment, and shame. It's a shield. Perfectionism is a 20-ton shield that we lug around thinking that it will protect us when, in fact, it's the thing that's preventing us from taking flight. And so here's the paragraph that really hit me. Perfectionism is not self-improvement. Perfectionism is, at its core, about trying to earn approval and acceptance. Most perfectionists were raised to be praised for achievement and performance, grades, manners, rule following, people pleasing, appearance, sports. Somewhere along the line, we adopt this dangerous and debilitating belief system. I'm what I accomplish and how well I accomplish it. Please perform, perfect. Healthy striving is self-focused. How can I improve? Perfectionism is other-focused. What will they think? So that hit me really hard because a lot of times I do something not based on what I'm learning from it, or how I think, how I can improve. I was oftentimes doing it for what would people think of me. So I just thought that was a super important paragraph. And she goes on to say that heavy shield that we carry around by trying to be perfect is paralyzing our success. We're missing out on opportunities because we're afraid to put anything out in the world that would be imperfect. Now, this is where I feel that being a perfectionist might be one thing holding you back in your business. You're not a fitness expert. You do not know everything about nutrition. You do not know all the ins and outs of network marketing. You do not know all there is to know about promoting your business on social media. But you do know something, and that's perfectly okay. And that's one of the things that if you give it a chance, I think that you'll see that your customers love to. You don't have to know it all. You can come to them with your heart and show them that you have their back. If you don't have an answer, you can help them find it. You're willing to hold their hand even if you don't know exactly what their individual struggles are. You can offer suggestions, and if it doesn't work, you can give them another suggestion and then another suggestion. You're there to help them even if you don't have all the answers, and even if you don't know the perfect solution at the time. Just that support and encouragement is often the biggest thing that they're looking for. And if we can learn to overcome perfectionism in our own lives, we're willing to acknowledge vulnerabilities in our own lives. We learn how to become resilient to shame. We're learning how to love ourselves. We're learning how to be compassionate to others. And all of these things are great tools that you can take forward as a coach to better help your customers. I mean, how many of us in our challenge groups have seen person after person cheering other people on in the group, but have zero compassion for themselves? They'd always be the one to see why others in the group may have stumbled that week. They'll be the first to offer reassurance that it happens and they can do better next time. But at the same time, they're loading on the shame on themselves when they have a day where they fall apart or want to like bury themselves in ice cream. I have people in every single challenge group that I run that are more than willing to dish out compliments to other people, but would never give themselves a compliment. So I think that's an important part as a coach, is to teach self-talk, self-positive talk as well. So now I'm sure that this is where you'd want me to offer you a solution on how to get around this hurdle in your business, but you have to wait a little second because I have to hit on the book that Nikki and I are reading as well. The second thing that I think holds a lot of us back in this business is the overwhelming feeling that there's just too much to do and there's too much to learn, and you become buried in everything that's thrown at you, especially in the first couple weeks and months of being a coach. You don't even know where to start. Well, maybe you know where to start because some of you guys have awesome upline coaches. Well, all of you have awesome upline coaches, but I'm sure that they've told you where to start, but it can be very overwhelming. Being overwhelmed with the business structure issues, with the compensation questions, with family members throwing crap at you about what a crazy pyramid scheme that you've jumped into, let alone like sticking to your own workouts and your own nutrition and all that, and helping others to do the same. It's a lot going on. And I know a lot of people, even just like the concept of the back office, like it blows their mind and like they already want to give up. But there's a crazy amount of stuff thrown at you, and frankly, let's not add the rest of our busy lives and the mountain of stress, activity, and other stuff that we have going on besides our Beachbody business that is piled on as well. But here's where the other book I'm reading for personal development comes into my advice and how I'll tie it up into a pretty bow for you. The magic question is, or the magic step is to just start, to just do it. You take one small thing and you just start doing it. And then you do it the same thing the next day and the same thing the next day. And you just stay consistent in doing small things day after day. You embrace your own awesomeness And maybe you fake it a little bit until you make it. And you just start doing it until you actually start taking the steps of moving forward and start to just try it. You'll never know that you can do it. You can't let being overwhelmed or the need to be perfect hold you back. If you just start, pretty soon all the excitement and newness, if you don't just start, pretty soon the newness and excitement of being a coach wears off and you get buried under all the excuses of why not to do it. And you just don't. I probably had 5 or 10 coaches sign up under me that were so excited. Like, you've never seen such excitement about coaching. They're riding the wave of how great the programs in Shaco had made them feel. They'd had great transformations. They were loving where the journey was taking them. They had a great transformation story. They signed up as a coach as a way to share what they had learned with others, which basically was the same thing that most of you guys have done. But this is the point where they got buried in stuff. Instead of taking what they did know, that they felt great, that they loved the things that this company was made up of, that they were inspired by their own change, instead they let their fear paralyze them, and soon the momentum was gone. They only saw overwhelming hurdles, and they lost the big picture. And as fast as their light had lit, it went out, and they quit. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. I want you all to keep the fire burning, and even if it's just a tiny flicker of a flame, I want you to just do it. Your coach has told you about the vital behaviors, so start there. Consistently start inviting. Even if you're only inviting one person per day, it's that small task, and it's doing it over and over and over and over. Start with that. Be a product of the product by committing to your workouts daily. And I know most of you are doing that. Committing to your nutrition and share your story. Just be accountable. Do like what Tanya's been doing and post her Flex Friday pictures. Post what Julie's been doing and show some of the moves from the workout that she's been doing. But use your story as a way to just get moving. If that's the only thing you can think to post on Facebook, at least you're posting something. Share to keep accountable and to keep the flame burning so that others can see what you're doing. Cheer on one of your customers every day. This is the recognition step of the vital behaviors. Send an email to just one customer. If you only have time to send it to one person, cheer one person on every day. You can do that through private message. You can give them a shout out on social media, but just do this small step. Lastly, and for me, this is where I'm going to really push you this month, but please, please, please commit to 10 to 15 minutes of personal development every day. If you add up all these 4 very small things, you can knock it out in less than an hour. Your workout, half an hour. Read for 10 minutes. Give your one shout out. Do your one invite. All that stuff should take you less than an hour, and you'll feel like you're doing something in your business. You won't feel like you're just stagnant and sitting in some place not knowing where to go. It will keep you moving forward with your momentum, and it will bring success, even if it starts small. And most importantly, and a portion of the business that I think sometimes people overlook, you will grow immensely as a person. Even if you're only earning, say, $50 a month with your Beachbody business, your personal growth and the confidence that you will get through doing those little behaviors and finding mini victories in your momentum moving forward will grow you as a person. And I think that, at least for me, that has been my biggest improvement with Beachbody in the last 6 years. Is I'm not $100,000 a year coach. I don't have a team of 1,000 people, but I have grown as a person and grown in my self-confidence, and just as a whole, I feel more highly motivated and live a happier life. And I've just taken so many tools out of all the steps of being a coach. And I think another part of reading The Slight Edge is that Beachbody's business plan, in that they build their business around those vital behaviors. Those vital behaviors are life vital behaviors. They don't just help you to earn a lot of money and build a huge business. They help you just to grow as a person and to continue on your journey of discovering who you are. So I hope that that makes sense. Hi, Ashley. And I hope that can help you a little bit. Like I said, if you guys are looking for 2 books to read, these 2 books that I pulled from tonight are probably in the top 5 books that I've read, as far as like books that really speak to me, not even so much on a business level, but more on a personal growth level. And frankly, I think that that's a really good place for newer coaches to start their personal development, is on growing themselves, growing your confidence. And The Gifts of Imperfection is a great book, and any of her books are awesome. So I would recommend that. And that's pretty much what I have for you guys. So did anyone have any questions or anything that they wanted to add to the call tonight? Or Ashley, do you have any shout outs to give?
Sorry, I'm super late.
That's okay.
When I got home, we were eating dinner, and I'm like, what time is it? Dang it. I have a shout out for the 2 that are on here. Miss Leslie is rocking it, and she decided to host a challenge. This is her first challenge. I told her I would co-host for her, but she's stepping up and taking the play and taking on the big challenge. And not only that, but she is also doing PIO from start to finish. So that was kind of her motivation to do this challenge, is she's doing PIO start to finish. I said, hey, let's make it a challenge. Let's do Healthy Through the Holidays. That'll get you through the whole thing, and it'll help some other people too. And then I also want to shout out to Miss Juliana, because she's brand new coach here, and she did the ranch run with us. So that's she kind of just fell in love with running, and it's been amazing to watch her over the past year just kind of blossom. So I'm so excited for her, and she's already got lots of eyes on her, and she's already inspiring tons of people. So that's pretty exciting too.
Well, it's awesome to have you. Like I said, I was pretty sure that she was already a coach. So I was like, what? New? I thought she was old. I mean, she's been around for a month.
Yeah. Rockstar challenger.
Sweet. Does anybody have any cool challenge groups going on right now that they want to share some of the details with? We're always looking for creative groups.
Well, as you know, we're reading The Slight Edge in that group. And the reason why I started that group was because, and right now there's only me and Kari, and then 2 of my challengers that have been with me for a very long time, that kind of have the fitness down and the nutrition down. Like they kind of just needed like something else. And I don't really, while I would love to take personal development like into my brand new groups, I really have people that struggle with getting the fitness and the nutrition. So like this was their opportunity to take the extra step, and I offered it to all of my seasoned challengers, I guess. And I would recommend that if you have some challengers that you just feel like they check in every day. The way my groups work is I have everybody rate their sleep, their hydration, their workout, and their nutrition on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being they killed it and 1 being could have been a better day, basically. And then I also have them share any shake recipes. So that's the daily check-in. And when I first started, I was like free-for-all check-in, and like people just were like paralyzed by not knowing what to put, not what to report. So I like gave them a standard of what to report. And so these ladies like checked in every day, and like it was accountability, but they're like the type of people that they're already accountable to themselves. Like they're just doing really well with it. So the book has been a nice push. So I would recommend that if you have any challengers that are just, I guess I just kind of felt it like they didn't come to me. So I just kind of put it out there hoping, and I was hoping that a few more would hop on it, but it just happens to be a pretty busy month for a few of them. So I've done reading groups in the past with challengers, and they really like that. So I think that those are great ways to introduce introduce what we do as personal development and even groom more people into the idea of what a coach does, if you will, because they love the group so far. So, and they've loved past reading groups too.
And I will add to that I am doing, in the challenge group that I'm doing right now, it was primarily the people that did the health bet with me that wanted to continue on. And so I thought, well, maybe we'll dive a little bit more into personal development this time. And I'll add, thoughts from these books from day to day and take it kind of lead it from there. But I will say that not everybody technically signed up for that. And I was posting like a lot of deep information every day. And I was asking them, to answer some harder questions. And it was overwhelming a lot of people. I could tell because the one girl told me, she said, I feel like I just went to church and I've confessed all my sins are all being brought out and I know that I need to confess them, but I don't want to. And I was like, okay, well, maybe we'll step back a bit. So I'm trying to limit my personal development posts a little bit more so that we're not going quite so deep into like these people's dark dungeony closets where they don't want to share stuff like that. So I would advise, especially if they didn't sign up for that, really. Like, these people all thought that it would be great to have some added personal development, but they didn't really sign up for, like, let's have a deep group therapy session. So, but they have liked it in past book challenges that I've done, even if it ends up me kind of doing the daily thoughtful post and there's not a whole lot of interaction. People have told me on a private basis that they really enjoyed that, but it's not really, they don't really want to share a lot about it. So, and I think that that's kind of typical because a lot of the personal development is very personal and people aren't going to want to, share all their deep secrets with random strangers from Facebook. So, but they do enjoy that a little bit, taking the challenge group a little bit deeper, and it's not just check-ins with our nutrition and our fitness. How about anybody else? Is anybody else doing a cool challenge?
I have a free challenge group starting on Monday, a 7-day water bomb and ab challenge. That'll be starting on Monday.
How's your class going in Acton?
Oh my gosh. I need somebody to video it. These women are nuts. I have my little sound system turned up almost all the way, and I can't hear my music half the time, and it's right in front of me.
Wow.
They're screaming and yelling and yee-haw, and it's insane. It's
awesome.
Yeah. And I have 10 people that have showed up twice, and now I found out that 3 more are going to come next week.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When you said you were doing it in Acton and like the bar, I was like, huh. But I was like, well, I guess Country Heat kind of does fit in the bar. Pio might not quite as much, but
no.
That's awesome.
Yeah, these women have a couple of drinks before they come and dance, and then after we dance for an hour, they go back. And these are not like women in their 30s, 40s. They're like 55 and plus.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's insane.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a blast. I'm loving it.
Well, I'll add my excitement is that I get to go get certified for P90X on the 12th, hopefully, if enough people sign up. And I'm super excited about it. I was always really hesitant about it because I mostly teach adult ed in the gym, and I don't have access to a gym, but the adult ed said they have tons of money and they'd be willing to buy a big set of weights for everybody, and so people don't have to tote their weights to class. So that's exciting. And then I got hit up, which who knows if it will happen, because if you guys don't know White Sulphur's always been really, it's a poor kind of white trashy type town. But this year has like been huge. Like our whole main street got redone and we got new street lights. We're like classing up the place. We get a brand new school next year. So anyway, this one gal in town, and I've been hit up about this in the past, but it's just the fact that it's coming from someone that I think could pull it off. But she wants to open up a day spa and gym in town, and she's already asking me about if I wanted to get my physical trainer license, and if I wanted to teach classes, and what classes would I teach, and so it's super exciting. Yeah, I would never thought that I would have had those opportunities, so I'm hoping that those opportunities come through down the line. I would love to teach in a gym type setting. And I'm up to 2 PIO classes a week, which is record breaking for me in 2 different locations. So I'm excited about that too. So if you guys aren't certified in something, you should totally get certified because it's really fun. It's really fun to teach people. It's really just a great way to start conversation. It's just a really fun way to work out. It's a fun way to share your fitness journey a little bit more because you always have conversations after class, and you can talk about all the things that are going on in your life. My class is super intrigued by my yoga trapeze, so they want to hear all about that.
I'm super intrigued by your yoga trapeze. I'd be stuck. I'd be in a position and I'd need to call 911.
I haven't gotten the courage up to post a picture yet, but they're coming. They'll get here. But
I think I just posted. I don't even know what they look like. I just have it in my head what it might look like. I think just the picture with me out of the box or whatever it came to, as far as I would get with pictures.
Yeah, it will be fun. But the people
You'll be able to use that.
The people in class last night were giving me crap, saying that it looks like some sort of like sexual device. They said it's a good thing that it's purple and not black because that's anyway, it's a fun conversation starter, but I'm super excited about it. I did it quite a bit this weekend and it felt really good. So hanging upside down, that is.
I was gonna say, so what actually do you do?
Yeah, you can do you can use it kind of like a TRX. You can do like, I can put my feet in the hand things and I can do like splits and I can do, like lunges with them. Anyway, I'll post some pictures. Maybe I'll start small and post in the Homegrown group first. But I'm excited about it. And it happened to be just a Facebook ad that I saw and I was like, I need one of those. So anyway, it's hanging in my living room, which is kind of awkward, but that's where it is.
I hate to bail early, girls, but I gotta go put my kiddos to bed. So good to see all of you.
Thanks for coming, Nikki.
See you, Nikki.
Yeah. So, does anybody else have any juicy information that they want to share with the group? We went over the team spirit, and people need to sign up for that.
I signed up, so I'm good to go.
I did too. We did it today.
Cool. And I want to also say that I got an email from one of the Summit girls saying she's not going, so there's an opening. Just keep it in mind. There's an opening in the condo if we still have a condo and it's not illegal to have condos in New Orleans.
Why would it be illegal?
Well, didn't you see that post on I think it's the Beachbody Champions page, but they're trying to make it illegal in New Orleans. All the condo rentals are supposedly illegal. Because it's stifling home purchases because people can make more money buying it and then renting it back out. So I think that Beachbody's kind of in trouble if it ends up going through. They said for sure that it's going to be illegal in the French Quarter, and ours just said close to the French Quarter, so I'm hoping that it's not, but I need to do some investigating this week.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah. It's really weird, especially if you have reservations. Like, I just feel like if you've already paid,
yeah,
maybe after we go there, then they can make it illegal.
Exactly. I like that.
Yeah. So
when is it?
Summit, it's the 13th through
Yeah.
Or the 16th through the 19th or 13th through the 16th, somewhere in there in July.
Yeah, somewhere around the middle of July.
Yeah, it's like the 13th through the 16th because my birthday falls right in there.
Oh.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, come on down. We can
I'm coming.
New Orleans.
It is a super fun time, though. It really is.
And unlike any other experience you can really get. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to ask. Who else is going to Super Saturday this weekend?
I will not. I was planning on going, but I have my NASM exam on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm going to head out.
Okay. We'll catch you later.
Yes. Good seeing you.
Thanks for coming.
Yep.
So you're not going, Ashley?
So I'm going to skip this one just because I'm going to use the weekend as a super prepare weekend.
Yeah. I can
Although
see that.
I'm getting more and more confident each time.
Yeah. Are you going, Leslie?
No, I have so much to do just at home. It's just too busy right now. And just to try and get away, it's like,
I feel really bad for Katie and Wes because they have had to rent a place, and I don't think anyone's going. I can't go either. We have a funeral this weekend, and we'll be gone. So
I haven't even heard any information or anything about it, though.
They have
anything.
They have an event page, and it's at a hotel in at least the Bozeman one. I don't know if there's a Billings one or anything, but
I think they have their event page in a group that's not an open group. So it's hard because I think I tried to invite somebody that wasn't in that group to the event, and it wouldn't let me.
I should tell them that because they're going to be in trouble money-wise because I think they had to fork out $150 for the room.
Ooh.
Yeah. I would like to know.
I haven't even seen anything about it, like any nothing about it. I had to ask Ashley about it because I hadn't seen anything.
And I want to say it's in the, what is it, in Montana something. But I want to say it's like the instructors group or something.
Oh, really?
And I know the event was made in a group. And like I said, it's funny because you can't invite people unless they're part of that group.
I'll email her tomorrow and make sure she knows that because, because usually those events get a lot of people from like Bozeman to like at least see. So,
And I think it's because I know I had the problem when we hosted. I originally made the event, but I made it as a closed event, and I think that's the problem. It's because I made it in the group, but I made it a closed event. So I think that means only the people in the group are allowed to see it.
Yeah.
And Nikki was the one who caught mine and told me before I even really did much in it. So then I was able to switch it to an open group so anyone could see it. So, and I know you can't change it once it's there. You have to like delete it and create a whole new one.
Yeah, I know that's true about events, but we should try to, I would encourage everyone that once we find out what the dates are for January, to try to plan ahead, and maybe we can get a big group of our team to go to the January Super Saturday and have it as kind of a gathering. It's super fun to go to Super Saturday and go out to eat and visit with everybody from your team. It's a great way to really get a better feel for the team itself. So maybe we can work on that.
I like that. Or even make a weekend out of it.
Yeah.
A winter getaway.
We could do like a homegrown retreat.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be fun, especially if it's in Bozeman. We could have a retreat at Chico. Oh, yeah.
I like it. I think that's an excellent idea. I think someone should just throw that up there. Next Super Saturday, we're going to do it in Chico.
As soon as the dates are up, we'll think about it. Even if it was just our team that went to it, it would be super fun.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A nice warm spa area with nice hot pools.
Super yummy food.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all about the food.
Some cocktails because you don't got to drive anywhere.
Right. Cocktails in the pool.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
we already got a plan.
Well, yeah, I will tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow. I'm on art mom duty tomorrow, so I'm doing art at school all day tomorrow. But the next day, I think I should be able to get all these recordings that I haven't gotten onto YouTube and share the links, so that if anyone's bored and wants to go back and look at what was talked about, they can do that. But thank you guys for coming, and it's always fun, no matter how many people show up to these calls, to kind of see some faces and say hello and hear what's going on. So it's an easier way to share than just in a page. So I appreciate you guys making the time, because it's not easy. And yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank
Thank you guys for coming, and we'll catch you next month.
Sounds good.
See ya.